Hi, my name is Emily V. Come read with me. Today we're reading Eloise in Hollywood, based on the art of Hilary Knight. So, Kay Thompson's Eloise in Hollywood, based on the art of Hilary Knight. Yay. Before we read about Eloise in the Plaza Hotel, now she's in Hollywood. Yay. All right. There was this one time when Weenie and I were teaching Skipper D how to make a proper landing behind enemy lines because they never expect you to send a turtle. Mhm. And this phone was ringing practically right off the hook. Thankfully, it was my mother calling to speak with Nanny, and she had the most absolutely fabulous news. See, here's the thing of it. If your mother is even one half worth her salt, then sooner or later, she's bound to make the acquaintance of a famous Hollywood movie mogul who will insist you simply must drop in for a visit. All right. So here's Eloise. And what does that say? Shirley Temple? Poor little rich girl. The first thing you have to do if you're going to Hollywood, California is start packing. You have to be careful what you take when you venture out to Hollywood because there's this weather there that is absolutely gorgeous. So you'll need all these sundries for the surf and the pool and for generally lying about, which is what they do in Hollywood all year round, for Lord's sake. So you simply must have at least three pairs of sunglasses, or you'll be stuck with the same old peepers for brunch, sporting events, and evening rendezvouses. Evening rendezvous, wherein everyone who's anyone absolutely insists on going incognito. Be sure to pack extra for the children. You'll need to hobnob on the set, catch a premiere, take lunch all over town, and see and be seen with everyone who's anyone at all. I'm a big fan of the cinema. Here's how many movie premieres my mother has attended: six. Here's how many movies I've been in: zero. Here's what to do if your public lines up to see you off. Wave a tearful goodbye and blow all these kisses with both of your hands. Mwah. Even Mr. Salomon, Mr. Salomon couldn't resist catching a glimpse as we were whisked to our carriage. We informed him we might not return for several weeks. He took it rather well. He took it rather well. Even though there are all these airplanes that flit about from here to there on a regular basis, here's what many famous studio types will only go by. Train. Oh my gosh, who knew? Train. Nanny says the one thing you absolutely must do on a train is eat, eat, eat. There's a whole car just for it, but you have to bring your own raisins and roast beef bone and room service, but you can still say, "Charge it, please," to me, Eloise. When traveling by rail, always keep an eye out for these great train robbers or these angry Indians. Mostly trains are filled with spies, but they never tell you that. My mother's mogul sent his Mercedes and his driver, Monty, to meet us. So here they are. They're in Los Angeles. Mhm. Yep. Mm. So the driver met them in Los Angeles. Absolutely everything a mogul owns is monogrammed with an M. Marvelous. Monty talks just like Nanny and guessed to what village in jolly old England she was from. It sounded like steak sauce. One place everyone wants to live in Hollywood is the Hills. Here's what Beverly Hills is flat. There are all these maps on the corner so you can find everyone and take their picture. Apparently, you can see the Seven Dwarfs, Roy Rogers, Esther Williams, Carmen Miranda, Lassie. On the way to our hotel, Monty thought we might enjoy some sightseeing. If only all these daft ninnies would learn to drive. And then he said, well, I never, ever, ever. And we got out and walked. There are all kinds of stars in Hollywood. If you are good, the mayor will give you a star of your own on the sidewalk, which is rather filthy, I must say. Nanny says lots of people in Hollywood are lost, lost, lost. I guess that's why they have a sign telling them where they are. The Hollywood sign, Hollywood Boulevard, Walk of Stars, Schwab's, the Capitol Records building, ooh, and Venice Beach. Ooh. But there's absolutely no one forgetting who they are in Hollywood because they plonk you down in your good shoes in the wet cement and have you write your name, which is quite frowned upon at the plaza. But as they say in Hollywood, anything goes. Three good things about the Hollywood Hills Hotel. It's pink, pink, pink. The concierge is very friendly with my mother's mogul. Here's what he likes to say. Enjoy, darlings. Why shouldn't you? Everyone in Hollywood is darling. Nanny, darling, says there is absolutely nothing like a long hot bath, pop off, after a frightful train ride to ease your rheumatism. Cocktails are served in the Jockey Club promptly at 7. Shirley Temple is a movie star and a cocktail ditto Roy Rogers. When Nancy burps, she says, God save the Queen. When I burp, I say, more please. The Jockey Club is the only place in this town to make a deal and drink gin. Here's how to make a deal. Have your people call my people and then get back to their people. Lots of agents are on all these phones making all these deals, so everyone talks with their mouth full. The concierge spoke to the maitre d' in Spanish and got us a table on the double where Humphrey Bogart used to sit. I spoke Spanish to the waiter and got uno raisin, dos roast beef bones, and cuatro spoons pronto. And everyone was saying, good night, darling, and kiss, kiss. And there are all these coyotes, which are absolutely not allowed at the plaza, singing, ooh, out there in the dark somewhere. We skibbled off to bed in our robes with the HHH on the pocket and our HHH slippers with HHH on the toes. What else? Here's what you have to look out for in Hollywood an earthquake. Oh. Oh my goodness. Earthquake. Oh no. Breakfast is always served poolside in Hollywood, but there's very little coffee, only all these moguls asking for espresso and cappuccino and half calf and latte, and Nanny Darling wondering what would the Queen say. Here's what you read with your berries if you're from Hollywood. Variety. Here's what you're in if you read Variety. The business. One thing to remember when you are out yachting in Hollywood, avoid having any really good sea battles. If you see this really spoiled looking boy with his sunglasses on and all these people treating him like he's the crown prince of Brunei, after breakfast, Monty rang and said we had to get to the show on the road pronto. So you can imagine, here's what everyone loves in Hollywood their car. In the back of a Mercedes, there are all these buttons for pushing, but there's hardly time to push them all unless you push them very fast or all at once. And then the windows are practically going out of their mind with all this buzzing and the lights are all flickery, but your botto is absolutely warm and cozy for a change, so that's good. You have to be on the list to visit Hollywood. They always say, name please. And I just say, it's me, Eloise. Hmm. Back lot, keep out. We met this girl at the studio named Ida. She's the mogul's gopher, but doesn't look like one. Ida went to Radcliffe, where they taught her how to make coffee and go for things. Back out, back lot, keep out. This means you. And then we open. So there's, I guess they got to the movie studio. And then we're going to open it up. And wow, look at that. That's a back lot to the studio. Woo! Wow, look at that. It's huge. Oh my God. Wow. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Mm, that's okay. One thing I'd like to do whenever I'm in Hollywood is take a quick tour of the back lot. All right, so this is the back lot. And then that's where all the action is. Ta-da! All right. So I guess this is where they make the movies in Hollywood. Ooh. Arta is 27 and always carries licorice and loves to tap dance on the elevator. But what she really wants to do is direct. So she directed us to the line for people who are waiting to be discovered. Of course, I don't have to be discovered because I'm Eloise. I'm me, Eloise. My mother's mogul already told the director to cast me in his latest epic. So we caught in front. Ooh. We had to wait to see the director and wait and wait. So I read the script for the epic. It's all about this brave little boy who saves his town from his rather large sort of ape who was smashing all of these buildings into very small pieces and stomping around without looking where he was going at all. The brave kid saves the day in this old airplane. Diego is my director. He's from Venezuela and smells like coffee and Cuban cigars. I showed him I can act by slaving about like I have gout and lolling this way and that with dysentery. I got fighting this alligator and sklanking from here to there with an arrow sticking out of my side. That time I was ambushed in Transylvania by a vampire. And these wolves and a fuzzy caterpillar when they got the jump on me because I had captured their old friend, the mummy. Here's the thing about acting you have to be able to improvise. Diego said, vamos, vamos, which is let's go, and no mas, which is Espanol for no worries. He was very impressed. Does Diego look impressed? I don't think so. Of course, if you're going to be in a film, you simply must go to wardrobe and be fitted. And then, of course, there's makeup. A movie set is the most exciting place in the world for the first 2 minutes. They don't tell you this when you buy your popcorn, but making a movie is mostly waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, the star arrived, and we could all hop to it. His name is Corky Durbin, and he's hot, hot, hot after doing that picture where he plays the boy genius who solves crimes for the president. Apparently, it's a crime to sit in his chair. Mr. Diego spent a lot of time yelling action and cut, 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 and una más, una animo. My Bato got very fidgety, so Ida gave me some licorice, which she will give you if you show her you know how to play the quiet game. She will also give it to you if you show her you know how to play the loud game. And then you have to wait some more, and then before you know it, it's time for your close up with Mr. DeMille. And then it's back to all this waiting again while they get the giant ape to do all this stomping in just the right place. Or they have to try it una más again, only this time con more anima. After more waiting and close ups and waiting and fade outs, we went to the screening room to watch the dailies, even though it was night. The first thing you have to do at dailies is say, Boom! After watching the ape bashing and planes crashing and lots of corky, 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 there was me, Eloise, in my screen debut. It helps if you stand closer. Mm. I must admit it was really marvelous. Nanny says I will be a great star and that next time I'll have a better picture. Skipperty and Weenie thought I was marvelous too. There's not much more to say about Hollywood, darling, just more of parties and doing lunch and 2 o'clocks and 5 o'clocks. And more dailies and more cars. And then it's goodbye, darling, kiss, kiss, and cheerio. Back on the train in New York City. So when all of these fans ask me whatever I think about acting in Hollywood, California, I absolutely pretty much recommend it a lot. Because an actor's life can be most rewarding, especially if you always remember to never forget the little people who knew you when. So darling, as we say in Hollywood, break your leg. That means good luck. Hey, off she goes. Of course, what I really want to do is direct. Of course. There's Eloise in the director's chair. The end. Thanks for joining me reading Kate Thompson's Eloise in Hollywood based on the art of Hilary Knight. Thanks for joining me and join me next time with Read with me, Emily V. See you next time. Bye.